made. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shot to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chat to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they punt, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shot to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they punt, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. Resume, I run up stats. 1,000 yards up in this flat. In the setup like the draft. Taller standing like giraffes. I go stripes with a zebra. And I'm conscious when I lack. Goofy niggas, they be playing. Put your body on this mat. Give my youngin' half a stack. We just jug and do the math. Patriotic in my path. Hit the jail, we fuck the staff. I'm a gangster, but I rap. Now a Remy did the pap. Cause I really stand on business. Niggas acting like they that. Couple rookies with me ballin'. Bitches hit me, they be callin'. They go head for he be all in. I just love they let the dog in. I just ballin' this ball main. Like tears with this hard pain. I been building a large name. Hit the streets with a guard game. I know niggas that charge fame when you get out your yard lane. Niggas talk like they 10-2. To the chopper chop 10 you. Who gon' chop and defend you when we kill all your friends too? Pull up in that Benz proof. Pull up in that Benz. 5 bills to get you whacked.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's your boy Young Aunt Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young Aunt Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topic is braze and the Hoovers once again. Yes, this is coming down the pipeline once again. Because look, allow me to say this. Sometimes that's why I stay away from situations. And that's why I kind of stayed away from this situation in the beginning. Because sometimes once you hop out there and you venture off in the universe and you speak on things, you got to keep on speaking on these things, or it's a recurring instance, because other people need their voice heard and or want their verse heard, and everything should be heard. Once you voice a subject or broach a subject, everything shall be heard. So I dropped a segment, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to braze Cam Capone interview. And amongst me dropping that, you know, people were watching, you know what I'm saying? My numbers, you know what I'm saying, been kind of down, but it's still reaching a broad audience and people are watching. So, however, I'm on YouTube. I say YouTube. I'm on Instagram, and somebody from Hoover tap in with me on Instagram like, hey, bro, what's up? I seen your segment. That's false. What you speaking on, first and foremost, braze did not get that tattoo on the yard and go tell the Hoovers that he got that tattoo and nothing happened and he went to another spot. And then some Hoovers decided to get on him. The spot that tap was got at is the spot he got at by the Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but I'm just, speaking with bro, speaking from his perspective. But dude, like, well, I'm going to send you the paperwork. So he sent me some paperwork over. I look over the paperwork and I'm like, well, I really don't want to speak on this. He like, well, it's already been spoke on. He like, Munchie B put it out there, but he really didn't go into depths. Just the paperwork. So, I read in through the paperwork. And I see the names on there, the government. So I asked, well, who are these government names? You know what I'm saying? Like to translate for me in gang terms what they call these dudes. Who are these dudes from Hoovers? So he dropped both names for me. So one of the individuals I know, I'm familiar with. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like I know braze, This a bro. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, so what I came to find out is I'm not going to sit here and say bro a lie and saying that he didn't get bust on, he got jumped. If he say that's what happened from his behalf, that's what happened. Now, pertaining to what the Hoovers are saying and putting out there, I'm going to play clips and segments from them as well as drop the paperwork that they sent to me, because I broached and hopped on this subject and got in this subject matter. from both sides, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, like, even whoever gave me something, you know what I'm saying? We gonna stand on that. So, however, one of the dudes, I guess, went live that supposedly, allegedly did his thing, yanked on him. The other guy, he's broaching upon his release. And I guess they're trying to implement him in this situation to stop his release date. So I understand why Braze said that this situation didn't happen. Like, it didn't happen. He's on a level 4 yard. You know what I'm saying? Whether it happened or not, I can't say this happened. You know what I'm saying? It gets real political, and sharks come out for everywhere. People that you thought was your brother, thought was your lover, you know what I'm saying, gonna come out and yank on you, you know what I'm saying, because it's gonna be called telling. So, however, we're gonna play these segments from the Hoovers, and you already know it's the halfway and the half effect. We gonna commentate.
When to catch this guy and send a strong message. He got caught slipping right by the canteen behind the wall by his lonesome. He was by himself, had left his security, or his security had left him. They can't go with you everywhere. They're on the yard. They can walk with you around the yard, in the day room, in the building. But if you have to go behind the wall to the program office, you go to visit, you go to the canteen, you're back there by yourself, or you might have a homie back there with you or whatever, but you can't say, hey, all of y'all come back here with me. The police is not going to allow that. So you can get caught slipping in those situations, in such a scenario. And that's what happened with him. Of course, he could have said, I'm just not going to go to the canteen. I'm not going to get caught slipping by myself. But again, maybe he's not a coward. He's not a buster. I'm going to get my canteen. I ain't finna PC up. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm about to go get my canteen. So he went back there by himself to get his canteen. And lo and behold, here comes 3 or 4 Hoovers. They found out that he was going back there to get his canteen, and that he would be back there with 1 or 2 other people protecting him. And they figured that would not be enough. And so they surreptitiously moved on him. They got behind the wall, and they had big weapons because the call had been made to brutalize him for his disrespectful tattoo and for parading it around the yard as if the Hoovers were some puppies instead of some big dogs. They got behind the wall and they approached him stealthily. He didn't see what was coming. He was not on alert as he should have been, knowing that there is tension on the yard because of this face tattoo that he bears. By the time he turned around, the Hoovers were already upon his person, attacking him with weapons. They stabbed him multiple times. 15, 16, 17 times. He lied there on the ground, seeking help, begging, beseeching, imploring for medical attention. They finally came and got to him and airlifted him out of there. They had to take him by helicopter to the hospital because he was barely hanging on to his life.
Okay, so when I first became familiar with this incident, it was by way of Damian Porter, which is China Man out the Hoovers. So at this time, I was fresh to the internet. B Braze wasn't on the internet yet, nor was B Braze's name placed in the title. So I didn't even know who he was talking about because the last time I had seen B Braze, he did not have an HK tattoo, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know who he was talking about. I just knew he was talking about a Devon Lane member, and he was talking about a story where his homies from Hoover stabbed a Devon Lane member. So as you see in this story, Damian Porter, he doesn't name who any other Hoovers is that stabbed him. As he explained, this guy was on the yard. He was rotating. He had the tattoo. He had security detail with him. They was walking around with him. The Hoovers, you know what I'm saying, was only from the beginning. From Braze tape, when he first got it, he approached the Hoovers, told them nothing happened. From the Hoover standpoint, they not going for that. They say that never happened. As soon as they became familiar with the tattoo, they was on to him. So as Damian Porter, as he reports in, tells, they waited and waited until they was finally able to get up on him. He go behind the wall to go to the commissary at High Desert. I've been to High Desert. Have I been to High Desert commissary? No, I haven't, because I didn't get to walk the yard. When I got to High Desert, I had 2 enemies on C yard and 1 on D yard. They both was on the level 4 yards. They both had a keep away placed on me, so they didn't even allow me to walk the yard. They locked me right up in the hole, placed me in Z unit, stayed there about 3 or 4 months till I was transferred up out of there to Tehachapi. Back to the script and the program of the story. They say Braze go behind there, the commissary. He ain't got no blood detail with him and or security with him. He got to go get his commissary. Y'all see how Damian Porter tells the story? He never make Braze, you know what I'm saying, seem like a weenie and or seem like a buster. It seemed like, you know, he had to go get his store. I got to feed myself. I ain't standing down whether I got security or not. Other than that, security detail and or bloods of his faction stayed on alert and with him, knowing that it was Hoovers on his yard that probably was with the business and went and wasn't going to go for that. They knew it was going to be a problem. However, he said they stealthily get up on him in commissary, say Braze to see it coming, say they bust on him. He said they bust on him viciously. He said they bust on him 16, 17 times. Now, a lot of people say that you don't see no scars on Braze and nothing like that. That's false. Braze claiming it's being false. But you got to know, it depends on what type of weapons they had. Being that they was in that commissary and on that 4 yard and had to go through metal detectors, they didn't have no metal on them. More than likely, they probably had some plastic on them. And that plastic, you know, you would get bust on and do some bleeding, but the plastic, you getting bust on with that melted down plastic, it'll heal good, you know what I'm saying? It's just a good poke job, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really heard of nobody getting killed by it or anything like that unless you just hit like a jugular or just push it in with blunt force or something crazy like that. But this is where the story comes from, that Braze was stabbed and airlifted. Now, what I have been hearing is that the Hoovers are saying that Braze got stabbed. Braze is saying that he didn't get stabbed. What I am hearing, they saying it happened, Braze saying it didn't happen. But what we could agree upon is that he didn't get airlifted. He did not get airlifted. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it came from by way of Damian Porter, whoever he heard it from. But they say the busing happened. Braze say it didn't happen. But wasn't no airlift. Regardless of what happened, didn't no airlifting take place. If you smell what I'm cooking. So with that being said, we're going to get into the rest of this content. And you already know it's the halfway to half effect. We're going to commentate.
You're a liar. You said you got the cell whacked out and the pen on your face. But you was lying. The homie lacerated it. Let me see that book.
Who is that? Who's on that? Braze? Well,
look, we got this is our paperwork box. This is paperwork. These are like write-ups. This is from beating the shit out you, ops and bush homies.
I ain't gonna even lie, that little Hoover dude right there, he looked like he like that, like Grendel, like they call him Gremlin Man. So whoever that was right there with Treyway 6K, I guess he was in on whatever happened to Braze. So this is what I'm gonna say. So what I've come to find out is that I don't know if this is the little Porky dude. They said it was cool or whatever to speak Lil Porky name. The other dude name, they said it was cool to speak his name too. I'm not going to speak his name. I'm not going to say his name. Because this dude is up, you know what I'm saying, from my understanding, up for like parole, about to come up and get out within like the next few months, you know what I'm saying, 4 to 5 months, 3 months, short timing. And being that, I guess. So this is how it works. If you in that state, even in the feds too. If you a lifer and you stab somebody and you assault somebody, more than likely because you being a lifer or if you got 15, 20 years or something like that, they not going to charge you with that stabbing. You might just get a jailhouse shoe and get a write-up and stuff like that and get certain privileges taken from you. Versus if you somebody that got 3 years, 5 years, 2 years, and you go on a mission and you stab somebody, they're going to hit you with a case, may try to get you with grave bodily injury, assault, attempted murder, depending on the carnage or harm you do. They're going to try to put a case on you. That's just how this justice system works, and that's how they play the game. So I don't know if that was Lil Porky, you know what I'm saying? I just played, he was like, yeah, it's the homie that slashed you and did that. He already got at you. You lying, talking about you got a tattoo and told the Hoovers and nothing happened. It's the homie right here that was on that skit. He must got an elbow. No shade, and he looked like he got an elbow. He looked like he be on that. He looked like he got an elbow. And that's no shade. If he don't, excuse me. So, the other dude that was in on there, but we hear was multiple people, 5, 6 people, whatever. The other guy, I know him. He's supposed to be up for parole in like the next 3 and 4 months. And this is dangling over his head as if they're trying to charge him with a stabbing on braze. Now, what you guys got to understand, being politically correct, braze being on a level 4 yard, braze cannot get up on any social platform anywhere and say that this happened to him without it being career suicide. Here's why I'm going to say career suicide. Not that it's cool to lie, but being that he's in prison, it's a real political game. If he get up here and say somebody stabbed him, knowing and sometimes unknowingly that they fighting the case or something's dangling over their head, people are going to politically try to press the button. Definitely when he has his Who's channels, he's putting other people out there. People are mad, you know what I'm saying? Other people in jail are watching. You know, you got your enemies, you know what I'm saying, praying on your downfall, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you even got some homies who against what you doing that's looking at this situation as fent or you being on the internet talking as being a problem. So if I'm on a level 4 yard and I get up on here like, yeah, just telling the truth, trying to get somebody problems, like, yeah, they stabbed me. And let's just say happened, one of these dudes about to go home and he ended up getting charged with it and they watching social media because they watching and this video end up in their lap. Like, oh yeah, this him right here saying that y'all stabbed him. This can later on trickle and roll down onto you to where the homies end up stabbing you. So I don't know what happened in this situation. I just know I spoke on it. I spoke from Braze perspective first and foremost. And then the Hoovers got at me like, hey, no, look, this what happened. So like I said, I got the paperwork. I did read the paperwork. That was the front page of the paperwork. I went in the paperwork. It was definitely an incident. It ain't no need for me to explain what the incident was or what happened in the incident because, as I said, it's still charges pending and hanging over people's head. And we ain't the one going to be the one to do it to you. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude that right there. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe. Because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail.
I know you capping. Man, I might make some niggas mad with this shit here, right? But I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep it real. Man, half of these niggas around here the police. And y'all got them hanging out with you. Half of these niggas that got on the stand, my nigga, and testified on niggas, right? But them y'all homeboys. They come home, y'all celebrate them. Y'all got them at boo, coo, this, all this shit come around. That's why I don't fuck with these niggas. Cause them be the same niggas that got them gonna get on the stand and testify against y'all when y'all out here in the streets. See, that's why I got the way, dog. It ain't nothing out here but niggas gonna tell on each other. Get on the stand and testify. Oh, it's niggas around here done testified on niggas. I got paperwork. Niggas done testified, got on the stand on niggas, and don't even got nothing to do with the motherfucking case. That's how scared these niggas is around here. Fuck they talking about. It can happen to you.